Why do Russians keep silent? Why do they go with the flow? Why have they let mafia steal their country right from underneath their noses? Right from underneath their noses. And the main question, what will it take for regular Russian people to wake up, get up, and start doing something? I can explain almost everything about this tragedy in Ukraine. Putin motives for starting the war, everything about the Russian economy, past and future, political dogfights that have been happening. What I cannot explain, that still remains mystery to me, is Russian people. What's happened to them? I was born and I grew up amongst them. I know them. I know quite a few of them. What the hell happened to them? Why so many of them have lost themselves? What it'll take them to find themselves back and start acting? These questions are super important because they are crucial to Russia's future. My name is Konstantin, and welcome to Inside Russia. Howdy, everyone. I'll give you important news that I find that explain what's happening, what's truly happening inside Russia now. What you will not find here is lies, BS, and propaganda, and monetization, commercials, because I was demonetized today for the reasons unknown, unexplained by Google. But anyway, you will not find monetization here anymore. What you will find here is truth, common sense, logic, and emotions, because I am human being after all. Inside Russia is where usual Russia explained by the unusual Russian. For the first 30 minutes or so, I give you daily message and then invite everyone to go and join me in a live stream chat to converse, to ask questions, and to give me feedback. I'd love that very much. Thank you for coming. Thank you for giving me a chance, watching and listening. Without further ado, let's jump right into the stream today. Like I said, I have figured almost everything out about this war. Well, of course, I am off target on quite a few things. I can't know everything, but at least I have theories about most of things that are based on facts, logic, common sense, critical thinking, and analysis. Okay. These are definitely my strong sides. Sorry for being direct and not modest. What remains mystery to me is why many Russians behave the way they behave. This question has been burning me from the inside for quite some time. I've been thinking, trying to figure this out for months and months. Now, I think that I've made a few advancements, okay, in figuring this out, and I would like to share with you, and then let me know what you think. In order to understand Russians' present, you have got to know Russians' past. Let me give you a very short summary. I won't make it long. For hundreds of years, most Russians didn't have any personal rights or freedoms and were very poor. They were two social classes, the nobles and the serfs. Many serfs belonged to the nobles. They were property. The slavery in Russia was abolished in 1861. It's hard to believe, but the grandparents of my grandparents were slaves. Of my grandfather were slaves. I am generation 4 free man. And that's, very relative too. I mean, freedom in the Soviet Union. Russians took a break from slavery from 1861 to 1917 and became slaves again. The Bolsheviks, The USSR. Some say it wasn't slavery. Well, I can argue with you about that. That's not the topic of today's stream. Um, Now, it was quasi slavery, okay? That's at least my opinion. I can be wrong, but I it's based on facts, logic, common sense and reason and critical thinking, and I can make a case arguing that. It's just not right now, not today. Uh, let's fast forward to the USSR. Late stages of the USSR. 70s and 80s. I will not explain. I'll give you an example of how a regular Soviet family lived. My family, my mom and dad, myself. I'm the only child. Both parents educated, professionals. My mom was accountant of a large enterprise, a factory. Well, a small factory, large enterprise. My dad was in charge of a large manufacturing plant's internal inside railroad system, internal logistics, that was called. There were quite a few engines going from one part of the plant into another, and it was a huge combine harvester manufacturing plant. Both of my parents were very hardworking. They were very honest, very positive people. My dad didn't drink, he didn't gamble, he didn't do anything. He just worked and he loved his family, basically. Well, we had an apartment, and it was kind of luxurious for the USSR. It was about 600 square feet, 60 square meters. It was a two-bedroom. I had my own bedroom, which was unheard of in the USSR. I was lucky. All the furniture in our apartment was made by my dad, not because he loved making furniture, no. It's because we couldn't afford furniture. And we had two working parents, and they were making everyone was making the same, 220 rubles, no matter who you were. The street sweeper, an engineer, a doctor, an accountant, the same amount. So we lived in economy. There's a term for this. I forgot in English. Anyway, distribution of wealth between like the poorest and the richest. In Russia, it was like one. There was no ups and downs. There was like a flat line. We had a color TV. We bought when I was going into fourth grade, so it must have been mid '80s. Before that, we had a black and white TV. We had a fridge. We had a natural gas stovetop in our apartment, and I think in 1987 we got a telephone, and that was it. I think 1987, my dad and mom bought me a tape recorder because I was a teenager, a old Soviet one, a used one. It was a pretty big deal back then. That's not much. We didn't have anything else. I can't say that we were poor. We were a regular Soviet family. One of my biggest memories of childhood, even before I went to school, our neighbors somehow got their hands on Western German mail catalog. Before Amazon, there were catalogs, printed catalogs with things that you could order by mail in Western Germany. And I remember the name, Otto, Otto. It was like 500 pages thick book, colorful, and basically Amazon on paper. It had everything. It had clothing, toys, electronics, furniture, you name it. We had it for 2 days, and boy, even before school, I still remember it in my head. I couldn't believe. I thought it was like it came from Mars. Okay, my parents, I remember them talking, they couldn't believe that people lived life where they could just order anything out of that mail catalog. And again, my parents were not the poorest, not the richest. They were like in the middle of a road. Everyone was like us. This is so you understand how we lived for 70 years. Before that, lived even worse. And then things finally changed. In 1991, we Russians finally received freedom. We fought for freedom. We won freedom. And the 90s followed. You know, a lot of people in Russia don't like 90s. They say the wild 90s. They think that, they remember the 90s from the bad angle. I think otherwise. I think 90s were challenging, economically challenging. But you know what? My family, started living so much better because my mom quit her job at a state-run factory and she joined a commercial bank. And she was a great professional and expert. And she got high salary. She started getting bonuses, and people at the commercial bank, they valued her and they started paying her. My dad wasn't doing so well because he remained at work at that state-run factory, and things weren't going good until 2004 when it was privatized and sold to different owners. So, but anyway, just with mom's income, increased income, we were able to buy a VCR, a couple TV sets for each room. In 1995, we bought our first car, Moskvich, which was a big deal. And we started living much better life, even in the 90s compared to the 80s. And then in the year of 2000, the economic miracle started happening in Russia. It was based on the price of raw materials. The price of oil rose from about $13 per barrel in 2000 to about around 150 per barrel in 2008, I believe. And Russia started showering in the rain of gold, literally. I remember those times because I returned to Russia just in time. I was showering in gold as well. I was making really good money, even by American standards. My friends in America, they were amazed. At that time, a new social contract between Russian government and Russian people was created. It was unspoken but almost tangible, okay? The new social contract went something like this. There were actually two contracts, for middle class and for the elites. The Russian people were enjoying wealth. They were enjoying buying material things. They were enjoying traveling, vacationing, and so forth for the first time in 200 years. And the government offered this contract, said, we, the government, we don't mind your business. There's plenty of money for everyone, so take it and enjoy it. You have freedoms, well, certain freedoms at least. Have fun spending your earned money. But do your side of the contract. Don't poke your nose into our business, the politics. You do your thing and we will do ours. And that's the contract for the regular people. But the regular people were the middle class back then. And the middle class was very large. And there was another contract for Russian elites. Went something like this. You make your fortune, you create your wealth here in Russia, and spend it in the West, in France, in England, in the United States, in Spain, anywhere you want, in the West. And we, the government, we're okay with that. Send your families to live abroad. Send your money, invest in the West. Send your children to the best schools in the West, and we're okay with that. But you support us in return, no matter what we do. We'll let you do your rich man life, and you let us do and support what we want to do. That was the contract for the elites. So these social contracts were busted. For the elites, the contract was busted on February 24th, 2022, when Putin sent rockets to Ukraine and started killing Ukrainians. The very same day, the West struck back, started placing sanctions upon companies, people, capitals, you name it. And the social contract with the elite ended. The sanctions, actually, that's what ended it. And for the regular people, the social contract was the last point, so to speak, the very end. Because for the regular people, for the middle class, the social contract had been vanishing for years and years. Living standard was dropping lower and lower. What finally ended the contract was the mobilization. September 21st, 2022. Now, this is, I've told you this so you understand what is happening now, okay? In place of the old social contracts, there are new ones, both for the elites and for the regular people. But now, regular people, when I say regular people, it's not the middle class. Remember, I told you many times, the middle class has been mostly destroyed by the government in the last 10 years. Majority of the middle class members have moved to the lower class, became poor. Some emigrated away from Russia, and very few moved up and they became rich. But the middle class almost doesn't exist anymore. So the contract, new social contract, is made with the poor people, the lower class. It goes something like this. It's the money. We give you money, lots of money. We shower you in government's money. We are buying your loyalty. Plain and simple. The government says, we'll give you so much money that you have not seen before. We'll pay you for participating in the war. We will give you, we'll send you your kids to good universities for free. In case you get killed, we will shower your families in aid. They will be able to buy Ladas or whatever. We will take care of your bank loans. We'll forgive them. We'll give you interest-free mortgage, just you name it. We'll increase your, pension. And this poor people, remember, it's not middle class anymore. Middle class is independent. Middle class is well-traveled, vacationed all over the world. Middle class that will not buy that. But poor people who haven't been outside of their towns and villages once in their lives, they buy it because they haven't seen so much money in their lives. So this is the social contract with lower class, that basically government buying loyalty. And there's a different contract for the elites. There's now. You are stuck in Russia, but we will give you lots and lots of money. We will let you participate in this orgy called war economy. You're gonna be on the receiving side. We'll let you rebuild the annexed stole territories that we stole from Ukraine. Like Mariupol. Go and construct there. Set your companies. We'll let you do that. And we're paying lots of money. And you can steal as much as you want. All over Russia right now, we have increased spendings by 50% in the year 2023. There's plenty of money for you. Just Go and become a subcontractor and get as much money as you want. But don't you dare say anything against us. You support us in everything we do. We say jump, you ask how high. Yes, you cannot take your money out of Russia, but there's one place you actually can, Dubai. You can take your money to Dubai, and Dubai is, like a world fair. You can buy property there, you can set up businesses, you can transfer some of your money to Dubai and actually have fun there. But you can't go anywhere else. Well, that's the rules of the game now. Um, Still, you will not be punished. That's basically what the social contract of the elites is. The loyalty of the elites are bought. It's just they get so much more money than the lower class. Well, this is what we're having in Russia now. I have been thinking about it again. I've seen it around with my own eyes. I have even been to Dubai and actually saw Russian elites spending their money and having fun there. I must add that this social contracting is actually a very fragile balance, and there's one person in the very middle of this social contracts, and that is Vladimir Putin. As soon as he's out of the Kremlin, everything will change overnight. So this is why at the end of every stream, I say out loud and invite you to say it along with me. Carthago delenda est. Now, this two new social contracts, how the elites is behaving and how the poor, well, the regular Russian folks are behaving, it's more or less clear to me. Some things remain a mystery, though. The biggest mystery, the biggest questions that I still cannot answer are what happened? I know Russian people, many of them. I grew up in the USSR and then in Russia. I was living alongside many of people. I saw how decent they were, how loving they were. What happened to them now? Why did they sign this intangible, this informal contract? Why have they fallen for what the government is selling them? Where is love? Where is their forgiveness? Where is empathy? Where is mercy? I don't understand. We are all Christian. Russian Orthodox are Christian, obviously. And we all have and read the very same Bible. Americans, Australians, Canadians, Europeans, Russians, Eastern Europeans, the same Bible. It's just written in different languages. But hey, it's the same meaning. It's the same Bible. It's the same ideas. It's the same thing. What the heck happened to them? This is what I need to continue to look into it, and I'll be doing so, and I will try to figure this out sooner or later. And please wish me luck in that. Folks, this has been my message for today, and as usual, I'm inviting you to join me in a live stream chat, asking questions, giving me feedback. Before I do that, before I turn on the comments, though, I would like to make an announcement. I made a video but failed to upload, not enough time. My channel was demonetized today. For the reasons unknown, I was not given explanation by Google. I inquired, but no answer. ever since I started the channel, you know, I've haven't done anything outrageous here. I have not received one single strike on YouTube in 4 years. I don't remember that my video, one of any of my video, was demonetized for any content rule break. I've been telling you the truth, common sense, logic. Well, if you follow me for a long time, you know exactly what I've been giving you, okay? Because many of you here are usual suspects. And so to me, it was like a bolt of lightning out of the blue skies. Nothing had no warnings, no emails, nothing. Boom, just like that. I feel pretty bad for a few reasons. And money is a reason, but not the top reason. Money is very important because I depend on money from YouTube. That's my only source of income. But like I said many times, it's not the most important reason. Most important is I want to spread my message. I want the truth to be heard. I want... Why? Because I think that truth is about what's happening inside Russia is very scarce now. And you can't really find it in many places. And I think that truth is the only thing that will try to help fix us things that the very bad people broke in Russia and all over the world, between our countries, okay? And I feel betrayed. I feel betrayed by Google because honestly, I've thought today a lot about like what have I done to deserve this demonetization? Please explain. If you tell me like this is the violation of policy, hey, no problem, you know. But the thing is, they don't even bother explaining. It seems like Google, well, I've told you many times, and it really, like the reason I keep telling you is that it hurts. It seems like we Russians who stand up and oppose the war, who name things their own names, who openly oppose Putin, his government, the war, stand for Ukraine, you know, we are targeted by the Western governments. It's easy for a Russian politician or an oligarch or rich man to go to Europe, the United States, to receive a visa, and they'd be welcome. They're welcomed with open arms. They spend money there. For us who are outside of Russia, who are forced to flee, who are hiding from KGB, you know what? The Western governments somehow go after us. And if we want to come just for a visit, you know what? No such luck. They tell us, you know what? Who do you think you are? Go back to Russia where you belong. And there you can at least try to apply for a visa. But you know as well as I do what's going to happen to me and the likes like me when we go back to Russia. The best case scenario, we're going to be grabbed and thrown to Ukraine. The worst case scenario in the realistic way is they will greet us with open arms right at the border, you know, the KGB. And now Google is siding with Putin and his government and going after me, who stand up and, you know, support Ukraine and going against the war. What the fudge is going on here, you know? I don't know. Well, it's not a message. It's just like an outcry, you know. So I wanted to let you know what happened. I have no clue. The fact is I'm demonetized. I'm waiting for an explanation. If I get an explanation from Google, not a slightest clue. There are some theories. One is fake traffic. Then someone is has done an inside job sending me fake traffic, and then Google thinks it's me. But I didn't do that. I have not broken. Folks, I have not been arrested once. The biggest problem I've had with the law in all the countries, the United States, Russia, was speeding tickets, driving violations. I admit I've had quite a few of those, around 30, perhaps even 40. But hey, I've been driving for 28 years, okay? So it's not bad, actually. And I haven't broken any rules on YouTube. I have not received any strike, nothing. So I have no clue. As far as I'm concerned, I have not broken any rules whatsoever. All I care really is about going live and streaming and sending messages. And this is what I get for wishing well to Ukraine, for praying to our Lord Jesus Christ every day, for wishing well Carthago delenda est at the end of the stream, for educating people. This is what I get, demonetization. Well, guess what? I've said many times in the streams that every time when I received a super chat or a super sticker or, I said that, hey, listen, thank you so much. I really appreciate it. It's much needed and very appreciated these days. But money is appreciated. But the words, the wishes, the questions, the statements, that's what was priceless. And guess what? I will not change anything. I will be doing, streaming, making videos just the same way I've been doing it before. Monetized or not, making money or not, I don't just talk the talk, but I walk the walk, and this is my walk. I'm going to be doing daily streams. I will not change it. I will continue without making a penny from it, so this is basically what I wanted to tell you. Now the only way I can get some money is through Patreon, and that's it. This is so crazy. Once you go through this shit, like I have gone through in the past 13 months, first Russia attacks Ukraine. I start losing my job slowly. Then life gets turned upside down. Then, I go through depression. My wife goes through depression. We get in this post-traumatic syndrome. Our kids are all messed up because of that, And then I flee Russia in 36 hours. And I burn the bridges. And what I went through is really hard to explain, You got to feel it. And it was not a good feeling. And it's been 6 months. And I more or less feel a little better, more or less stable. I'm more or less like getting back to normal, getting back on track. And then as I feel I catch my breath, so to speak, boom, hits me like a train. Google says, you know what, buddy, you're a piece of scam. Or not scam. What's the right word? Anyway, you're a piece of crap. And we're gonna demonetize your channel. Not even explaining me why, not one single reason. It just gets, once you think that, I finally kind of caught on my breath, another thing happens. Is it stigma? I don't know. Anyway, the bottom line is, my friends, business as usual. No super chats, no monetization, no ad revenue. Fudge it. I keep on streaming. I keep on going live. I keep on making videos. I keep on investing money. Or not money. Investing time, my personal time, into YouTube. I want my message to be heard, to be spread. And I believe that it will help. somehow, someone. So thank you so much for listening. Now, turning on the chat. As usual, um, your feedback would be much appreciated about my message. Your questions will be answered, and you know, thank you for being here. You, the community, it's fantastic to have you. Thank you so much. Ah, so great to see everyone. You know how much it means to me. It means that I'm not alone. It means that there's such a support group, a community here, and this is so fantastic. Seeing the hearts going up, this is incredible. Thank you. Mods are here, and the usual suspects. Thank you so much. Used to be all the names used to be in green. The sponsors, I had tons of sponsors, and now, all the sponsorship have been stripped, and everyone is like in regular white collar. But that's okay. Guy L. That's not BooTube. It's Google. Sean says, congratulations, you officially joined other great content creators who have gone through this and gotten through it. What the fudge? How can we help? Big hugs. Thank you, Sean. How can you help? I don't know. If you were a sponsor, if you want to continue sponsoring, there's only one way left is Patreon. It's pretty much same program as sponsorship on YouTube. Mods, if you could, would you please post a link to Patreon? Kind of same thing. It's just I make more out of Patreon than out of YouTube sponsorship because I think they take the 30 or 40% of sponsorship fees, and Patreon takes I think 6 or 7%. That's their fee. But anyway, thank you, Sean. Thank you so much, Carmen V. As usual, if you want me to, nothing changes. Okay, same rules, same everything. If you want me to see your message easier, please put it in caps and highlight in orange by placing inside Russia after @ just like Sean did. Then I see the message, no problem. Thank you. Sean, sorry to hear about getting demonetized. So frustrating trying to get straight answer from big companies. Hope they reverse this SAP. Well, even they reverse it, SAP, the damage is done. I've lost pretty much all the sponsors. I've lost. Well, anyway, that's pretty complicated, but if you demonetized for at least a couple days, still your statistics start suffering greatly. You know what really is painful? This is just unfair because there are so many YouTubers based in Russia who support the war, who wish Ukraine destruction, who, not on the are not on the side of light, but on the side of darkness, and they're not demonetized. They're still making money, and they're demonetizing myself and others who are on the side of the light. This is incredible. SF Joe, Greetings from California. When are you demonetized? Do they not pay it on views or stop super chats or both? This is the first time I was demonetized, and my entire earnings from last month gone. Because YouTube does not pay it until 21st of the following month. So they still have my money for the views and for everything, basically, for sponsorship. So I'm not getting that. And you cannot super chat. You cannot super sticker. You cannot buy any merchandise if I had any. I didn't. And there are no commercials shown in videos. So there's no advertising revenue. Nothing. It's like zero. Max, howdy. It nothing with you to do, just Google and their stupid ass software. It's been so much be here lately. You're not the only one. Well, that's pretty sad. Thank you. Bob S, howdy. Remy Leon, howdy. All I can say is Viva France. Fantastic country. One of my most favorite places to visit. Thank you, friend, for coming and being here. White Lightning, howdy. Sylvia Santi, good evening. Pamela J, David Mowie, Fact Checker. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Piece of scam. I'm going to have to use that in the future. Not piece of... I meant to say piece of... What's the right word? Scam is like when you scam people, right? But scumbag or something like that, you know what I mean? Like, what a piece of crap you are. That's what I felt like the message they were sending me. Radek Novak, more poor people, more žduny. They sit and wait for a better future. Someone else will solve everything. Agreed? Magnus, howdy. Nikki87S. Holy man, another earthquake right now. Small one though. Freaking shakes every other night, you know. Whoo-hoo. Wow, we had shakes. A+ Russian, really sorry for you demonetized. But what evidence do you have the West is going after Russians that stand with Ukraine? I'm positive you'll get your income back. Well, I'm not so positive, okay, on that. What the evidence? That's the way they treat us. They treat the ones who oppose the war differently from how they treat the ones who support the war, plain and simple. You can talk whatever you want to talk, but, you know, there's a good saying. Money talks and BS walks, okay? And that's pretty much what they're doing. It's not the evidence. That's what's going on. David Morgan, so sorry to hear this. They didn't give a reason why they demonetized you. That's rough. Trust me, that's the incredibly crazy situation. Okay. I was prepared for something like, oh, Konstantin, you violated this policy. In this video, you said something like this, you know. This is why we punish you. Hey, no problem there. Okay, the rules are the rules. YouTube, Google, they have their own rules. But without saying anything, saying that you demonetized. And Larson, thank you so much. Black Cat, thank you. Julie W. I wonder if you can get refunds for the sponsorships that you sent, you gifted other people. You gifted so many. Jason Carney and Bruce and Julie W. and Black Cat Amir, I wonder if you can get your money back. Robin, hi, Paul from Combat Veteran Reacts was also demonetized 2 weeks ago. He set up a Patreon channel. Well, I have a Patreon channel, but that's, it's... How can I say that? Why do we have to go through this? Jens Reichter, hang in there. Your commitment will be rewarded. Thank you. I'm hanging in there. Wood Elf, hello from Kentucky, USA. They fear you. Have faith, says Emra Thank you. Jill B, we love and appreciate your messages. Thank you so much, Jill. Well, I'm not gonna stop sending my messages. Some people were trying to throw rocks into me and saying, hey, you're doing it for the money. You're using this situation with Ukraine at your own profit. And let me tell you, there are easier ways to make money. And now you have the evidence. I'm not doing this for the money. I'm doing this for the message. Because I'm making zilch. Mr. Knox, cause was probably Z supporters mass reporting your channel. It seems something like this. I'm also looking into this direction. Probably not reporting, but there are other ways. They're clicking on. They're basically what it's called is they put in fake traffic, okay, and Google hates that, but it wasn't me. Thank you, Andres. Thank you so much. Teresa McCartney, isn't there someone you trust that could set up a PayPal account? There is someone I trust. And there's someone has a PayPal account, and I receive money into PayPal account from Patreon, But the thing is, someone not in Russia, not in Uzbekistan, in another country, somewhere near you. But it's a bother when someone sends money into your PayPal account. You are under threat of paying extra taxes, getting audited for that, and things like that, So it's the last resort, I would say. Okay, it's bothering people. Robert Pankowski, do you know if any other Russian English channels were demonetized? Not today. I don't know. I haven't had time to check, but I'll check though. Jordana Chambers, howdy from Oregon. Howdy. Soviet hack bots. Not Soviet, Prigozhin bots, Leslie Playfair says the membership is paused. Thank you, Sam K. It's not about that demonetization that gets me down. It's everything. It's losing my country. It's losing a lot of people that I can't talk to anymore. It's fairly uncertain future. It's changing my life 180 degrees. And on top of that, the Google does the thing that it's not supposed to do without explanation. You know how I'm feeling right now, and I've been feeling all day today. I'll show you right now. Just give me a second. I have been feeling like I just wanna just crawl under a blanket and just like block myself from everyone and everybody and everything, just not to think about it because I just need a break, But unfortunately, I cannot do that because I have a family, well, two families. Well, one family, three kids, Michael, Oля, and Dashan. Another family in Maine, my two kids. I have mom, I have my wife, I have my ex-wife. I have to support a little bit too. Uh, I have responsibilities. I am the one making decisions in the family. I'm the one everybody relies on, and I just simply cannot crawl under the blanket. I cannot do that, okay? No matter what kind of wind blows into my face, I must keep on walking. And I've been doing that all my life, all right? I guess the only time I will rest will be in the grave, which is kind of okay. So, Sam, this is how I'm feeling. Great Southern Land, thank you, thank you. Sometimes they do make a mistake. Well, it's been pretty painful mistake if it's a mistake. They have been cracking down on anybody doing war content. I am not doing war content. I'm not an expert on war content. I'm not expert on fighting. I'm not a soldier. I haven't served. I'm doing the content about Russia. What the processes happening in Russia, inside Russia. And I'm telling you how things are, and like how is this war content? And why don't you open an account on Rumble? And I've been asked that a few times. I have invested so many emotions, so many efforts into YouTube. I have grown my channel to over 200,000 subscribers. And I really like YouTube. I know YouTube. I know how it works. I know how to, like how to upload videos. I know how to do live streams. Why do I have to open an account anywhere else? Now, I probably will be forced to, but also, we'll see. Kaliskan, Mr. Kaliskan, hello from Chicago. As they say, no good deed goes unpunished, that's for sure. Send feedback to YouTube complaining about the decision. Thank you. Thank you so much. Camouflage Ninja, thank you. Miss Jacobson, thank you. Vendetta, aka Becky. Hey Constantine, don't worry about Google. You'll get an explanation. They aren't just as fast about responding because too many cases, that's all. Well, thank you. Thank you, I hope. Charlie B, howdy howdy from Pacific Beach. Hello. Weber Anya, thank you so much. Pie in the chair. Hey, you know what? One of the first people I see when I made the community post was hang on. Hang on. Let me. Yes, was Pie in the chair. She became what? Uh, became a patron. Like I didn't ask for it or anything. Just boom, just like that. So thank you so much. Thank you. I really appreciate it, friend. Linda London, email from YouTube today. My membership has been paused. Well, no kidding. What can we do to reverse this travesty? I don't know. Woody Ruster, thank you so much. I don't know. I don't know yet. Roger Williams, mods, hot. Thank you so much, Roger. I also appreciate what mods have been doing. Ken Harris, thank you so much. The Highwayman, greetings from Island Islands, family Easter trip. They're not demonetized here, but demilitarized. Alan, Laura Ambrosio. We can declare here if we are coming to pay your coffee or other things to support you on Patreon. Well, it's been pretty busy day, so let me catch my breath. Tomorrow is the weekend, and we'll see what happens. I will talk to the mods. I will talk to a couple people offered their help. I'll just one thing you can count on. I will not stop. I will continue to do the same thing every day, going live at the same time with a message. Money, no money, doesn't matter. All right, so please keep on tuning in. I'm not paid for ad revenue. That's okay. Message, spreading the message is much more important for me. Sean Talbot, speaking of 90s and 2000s politics, do you think Nemtsov could ever pose a serious threat to Putin? Recently watched Karamurza's documentary commemorating him. Fascinating person. Yes, well, they killed him. They wouldn't have killed him if he was not posing a threat. He was actually a very good friend of my friend, my former colleague. We became friends. An attorney for our company, a big state prosecutor back in the 80s and the 90s. Then he quit. He went to the USA to Chicago Law School or University of Chicago School of Law. He graduated, received a diploma, came back to Russia and became an attorney. And he was a friend of Nemtsov. Told me lots of fun facts about the guy. He was a good guy. Nemtsov was a good guy. Pamela J. I forgot we can only speak every 2 minutes. Oh, I don't know. If you want, I can change that. Lorna, mommy, do you think that we need to make? There's so many messages. I'm so behind. I'm like 35 minutes behind. I won't be able to read everything. Fact checker. Yes, I know. You all received the same message. The channel membership feature on Inside Russia has been paused, and that's it. Preferred channel that I watch here in Arkansas got their channel hacked by a Russian hacker and got locked out of their channel. Well, I'm not locked out of my channel, thankfully, but I'm locked out of monetization. We're united here with you, Constantine. Thank you, James. Thank you. David Morgan. Has anyone seen the film Tetris? It reminds me of Constantine's life. I've seen the film Tetris. I watched it a couple of days ago. And let me tell you, it does remind me of my life. First of all, it was a very good movie. I think they did a fantastic job showing the atmosphere of the late 80s in Russia. Did little overplay a little bit, but generally very, especially how uh, the main hero went to visit Pazhitnov's apartment. This Pazhitnov guy is like a legend in Russia, by the way. And it does remind me of my life. And unfortunately, Russia is becoming more and more like USSR back then. Christina, Constantine, you have to appeal being demonetized. I have a couple of other YouTube bloggers I know. Same happened. They got reinstated. One person got demonetized several times. Nice. Nice. Christina, thank you. I will appeal. I will not give up. I will fight. I haven't done anything wrong. Let's be getting every sponsor to Patreon. That would be fantastic. Thank you, Michael. Thank you. Remy Leon 5, do you think it'll help if we send a complaint to YouTube by mail? I will let you know if it's needed. At this point, I don't know. White Lightning, maybe Z people did frivolous complaints or lied about you. I've got lots of strikes on YouTube. Keep trying to appeal. I think that's in the vicinity of what happened. Jess Terry, thank you. Dirk Misler, it's like in old times, old people in gray. Hopefully Google answers fast. Me too, I hope so too. Marjorie Johnson, so sorry to hear that, but I heard a couple of months soon that all YouTube that had left Russia would be either demonetized or dependent on country unavailable to the West. Ooh, I haven't heard that. I will change the country then. I don't want to be unavailable to the West. Let Crits, since last week, my YouTube recommendations had the war videos pushed way down the list. Algorithm change. I don't know, but my channel is not about war. It's about Russia and what's happening inside Russia. And the truth, I don't know much about war. I don't know much about what's happening. Folks, could I please take a minute break? I'll be right back. I am back. Howdy again. To Cody, could it be Russian bots causing the problems? I think it's a setup. That's what I think. What the actual fudge? Yeah. Can BF 65. Thank you, will do. Thank you so much. You may find that the demonetization is reversed. Jake Bro and others had the same problem a few months ago, and it was sorted out. I hope so. Mr. Gross, thank you so much. I'll be up in my Patreon membership. I appreciate it. Thank you. No memberships, where have they gone? They fear you and the truth. That's a very good possibility, you know, and that actually, it motivates me. It says that my work is actually useful. Karen, say ain't so. Google. Thank you, Karen. Thank you. Take to Jake Bro. Talk to Jake. Well, Jake Bro is a celebrity. I mean, who am I to talk to him, you know? Campbell, greetings from Germany. This has happened to many, many YouTubers 3 or 4 months ago. There was a mistake and got fixed after some days. Possibly the algorithm had the same glitch here. We'll see soon. But I want you to know that monetization or not, once more, you know, I will keep on going. Wayne Gwynn, thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you. Kamisanti, thank you so much. You know, it's fantastic to have you, friends. It would be so much more difficult without you. It would be so much more uncertain, painful, and depressing. You are very motivational. You know, thank you so much. Motivating. Thank you so much. By gosh, will Putin bring back the gulags? He is bringing gulags back. What's happening lately in Russia in the last days is incredible. One of my next streams will be about the gulags 2.0, you know, the new gulags. NDW, thank you so much for subscribing to Patreon. Thank you. Crypto Minter, you remember I told you way back this war is end Russia? Honestly, I don't remember, but I believe you and I agree with you. This is the end of Russia. And this is Easter weekend. Maybe it'll be resolved quick. Thank you. Thank you. By the way, there will be no stream on Easter on Sunday. You know, I talked to the mods. We've decided to, you know, have a day off because everyone's going to be busy with Easter things. I might record a short video. We'll see. But, so this is my stream Friday, right? Tomorrow is going to be a stream for... I was going to say for sponsors. For pay. This is crazy. New reality. You know, I was going to say this is going to be a way of saying thank you to my sponsors and patrons. Well, guess what? It's going to be just patrons from now on. I don't know for how long. So join me tomorrow, patrons old and new. I will make a community post on Patreon probably tomorrow morning. Let's talk about personal stuff. Usually it's, you know, the Saturday streams. On a lighter note, I usually say, but we'll see how light it'll be tomorrow. Master Q 2.0. If enough people complain, channels get demonetized automatically. So you may have been targeted by organized group, and I think I know who's behind the group. Let's switch to Patreon. Thank you, Frank. And high check with Denis Davidov. That happened to him some months ago, but it was sorted out quite quickly. Thank you so much. I think I remember that. Rumble, rumble, rumble. Dale, I will consider. Jeffrey Cornish, hello from Vashon, Washington. Sorry for hearing. I hope that they reverse it soon. It's not good. I'll always support you. Thank you so much, Jeffrey. Thank you. Susanna, it's probably a mistake. Well, it's definitely a mistake. It's not probably a mistake. I have not done anything that violates Google's policies. No hate speech, nor, talking about graphical stuff about the war in Ukraine. Nothing. I haven't gotten one strike on YouTube. Usually you get 3 strikes before they do something to your channel, like erase it or whatever, but I haven't got one. Thank you so much, Susanna. KJ1, thank you. Thank you so much. The Showman. Thank you, I will keep on going. Joanne Barrel, happened a few YouTubers, been restored. Well, I hope it gets restored. YouTube is the only source of income that I have, and losing it would be really tough. I would not feel very confident after that. Well, at this point, I'm not feeling very confident financially. Screw this. The Russian dude channel demonetized a while back. Did they monetize it back again? Jacob Nev, the line between good and evil goes through every human heart. Yeah, we call it the higher matter in Russia, Высокая материя. David Porter, howdy. I definitely thought of that. I am alive, yes, unlike hundreds of thousands of Ukrainians and probably hundreds of thousands of Russians that lost their lives. Can't argue with that. I've thought of that, and I'm feeling very, very, very thankful and grateful. Maria Colon, thank you so much. I think it's Colon. Maria Colon. Chairman O'Brien, hang in there. All fingers and toes. Thank you. Dazzy P, Patreon. Yes, I do have Patreon. It'd be great if you sign up, but, Pastor Kim T, have you asked for a manual review? I reached out. I sent a request, like basically a letter saying, could you please explain what the violation of the policy was and why. I have not received an answer yet. Michael, I cannot have a PayPal account. I'm a Russian citizen. I had PayPal account. It was closed for me because PayPal has placed all Russians under sanctions. Here in Uzbekistan, I cannot open PayPal because Uzbekistan does not allow PayPal. There's one of the my ex-wife has PayPal account. She's helping me out with the United States, but it's still not the same if I had it. You know what I mean? No money, G. Why donate in other ways than super chat? 30 is way too much. I try PayPal or coffee links. I will see if I can set up buy me a coffee or Patreon. It's actually 6%, which is not bad. The Observer, I definitely will not give up. Fact Checker, thank you so much. Thank you. Crusader Damien, this has nothing to do with Ukraine. It's all about Russia. Let's not confuse the two, my friend. Appeal and you will get back to normal status. Damien, my mind's kind of foggy about that. It's hard to understand. But I'm thinking about it. Yeah. Millie, I don't know who can. Antonia Sestar, what about crypto donations? It's an open question. Again, they kicked Russians out of all crypto. Like Binance, I cannot open account there anymore. Not easy to be Russian, but hey, you know what? I understand why, and I'm not complaining. Carmen V, thank you so much. Google told me my Patreon account was temporarily suspended. My Patreon account? Well, I tell you, if they suspend my Patreon account, that will be a blow. Why would they do that? Mine seem to be working. I mean, tell you what, I wouldn't want to be finding out the news that they suspend my Patreon account. That would be terrible. Janine, thank you so much. Dan Caldwell. The chat seems to be blocking me from posting. I wonder if it's because I recommended another social media site. No. Rumble is, people wrote here. It's not a big deal. John, I wish the God hears your words. A homesteading channel I watch got their YouTube and Google account hacked by Russian hackers. That's a bummer. Last one, 207. Why did it also remove the posted messages? I'm not sure what you mean. Kala, please specify. Should you only stream Patreon? A lot of us will not be able to join. What do I do? My Saturday streams are for sponsors on YouTube and for patrons. For the people who support, so I give, extra back, so to speak. So, what do? I don't know. Pamela J, thank you so much. Thing is, this is so heartwarming. Thank you so much, Miss Elanius. How many US citizens need to sign a petition to get you and your family to America? You know what? If all of them signed the petition, still wouldn't be able to come. Uh, I'm trying. I'm trying. Just give me some time, but thank you. Just what I read is already great, already warm in my heart. Thank you so much. I huff and puff. We dance around the truth on the stream. Thank you. Someone said you will get reinstalled, brother. Thank you. The right path is always the hardest, but the most honest. That's true. Thank you, Frank. Thank you so much. Rocket Ronnie Constantine, I can only empathize. Are you down now, but you will overcome? Maybe someone maliciously trying to shut you up. Can we crowdfund you, PayPal you? Yes, Patreon. Thank you so much. Patreon at this point. PayPal, well, I wish I had PayPal. It was so convenient, The commission was tiny and so convenient. One thing I want to tell you, how lucky you are that you have access to all the services. You only realize how convenient and how great that is when you lose it, all. And you're lucky. Just, I'm telling you, you're so lucky. Blackout, thank you. Will, by gosh, apathy in Russia? Yes, from my message, yes, apathy. Can you go after Google for monetary loss? No, of course I can't, Tom W. There will be monetary losses for sure, but I definitely cannot go after Google for that. Because read the fine print when you sign up for YouTube account, for Google AdSense and all of that. They don't let you. How can we support your work and channel now, John Brown? Patreon would be fantastic, Colors are the same on my computer. My VPN is set for US. Think Bogdan is right. It'll be okay within a week. Did I miss message from Bogdan L? Going back. Oh yeah, there you go. This was done by the algorithm. After the support check, this will be corrected and nothing is lost. Thank you, Bogdan. I wish that's true. So far it's not, but you might be right. Thank you, friends. Thank you for your support. Chip Young, they don't like religious and political channels. You're 2 for 2. What can I do? No, we know that Putin has bought shares in Google. WJ, unusual Russian, I'm betting that this thing has to be some kind of a mistake. Additionally, if you've had this many moving violations as you admitted, you're a pretty bad driver. Like 25 or 30 violations in 28 years? You think I'm a bad driver? I haven't had an accident. Well, just like a fender bender when someone rear-ended me, and that's pretty much it. I think I'm pretty good driver. Antonio Sestar, what about crypto donations? I will check into that. Angie Metcad, howdy. I remember the auto catalog, a new one came out every season, yep, and we couldn't wait to go through it. We always circled everything we wanted. You know what? All we could do, all I could do in Russia, I was a kid and I was looking at these things. I couldn't believe that people actually could buy them. We just looked at it as a, I don't know, a book from Mars. My parents were so upset. They're like, "Why don't we have it? Like, why can't we buy this? Look at this, the decent clothes at like such cheap prices, you know." Oh, and to me, it was like a wonder book. They even had Nintendo or Atari or something. I was looking at it. I was like, oh my god! Literally, I didn't even go to first grade. I must have been 6 years old. Russian and China hackers have gotten to your account algorithm. Woody, I'm not sure. I don't know. Lindsay, 2 speeding tickets in 36 years. What can I say? Do you have cameras all over the... Like, Moscow is covered 100% by cameras. You speed by 10 miles just for a little bit. Boom. Violation. Get it in the mail. Fine. Sometimes just go a little, like 10 miles, like literally 7 miles. Just think about something. Go with the flow. Boom. The same day. Emails. Like a picture of me sitting in the car saying, "Oh, you violated." Krabby Winnie just sent $10 to your Patreon account and will continue to do so until you add revenue from YouTube returns. God bless. Happy Easter. Thank you so very much, friend. W. Botelier. Thank you. No guidelines, compromises. Hope your appeal will be resolved soon. Just got member 6 days ago. Wish I had the money for Patreon, but it's tied with my benefit. Well, look, no problem. Don't worry about the money. So it's attention and the words. That's what counts. The Sears Christmas catalog. I take it it's the same thing as Otto. Donald Ellsworth. I tried to go to Patreon. It wouldn't let me sign in. You will be good, Don. B. Lee, thank you so much. Thomas Speer. Free market makes wonder books like the Auto Catalog. Russia seems to go back to state planning of production. You don't have to tell me that. I tell this in my streams, okay? So makes two of us. Andreas Benz, I drive 2 years in Moscow and pay 3 times. Then I came home to Germany, drives like in Moscow, and lost my driver's license in 2 weeks for a while. Yeah, Moscow is quite something. Moscow is quite something. Email came from Patreon. Grace Philosophy, thank you so much for coming. Furious, don't be. Just, I am furious, that's enough. We live in an open and air prison filled with clowns. Well, that's hard to disagree with you. Happy Easter, much love, all my prayers and your loved ones. Thank you, Grace. Thank you. RC Roscoe. Time's up, says Nightbot. Newsflash. Google is not neutral. Caesars, I just found on the support, super chat, and super sticker voluntarily payments are non-refundable. Well, if I don't receive them and you don't get refunds, that's gonna be like a robbery. I've been a YouTube Premium customer for years now, but most of my favorite channels are being demonetized. Hey, my new subscription starts this month and I'm going to demonetize YouTube this time. I hear you. Interesting, huh? Wanda, thank you so much. Sean Murray, I've just joined you in Patreon. I feel your pain and wish you and your family well and peace. Thank you so much. I'm seeing all this. I'm seeing all this hots. I like Lake Havasu, Arizona, USA in the house. My friends, thank you again so much. I'm seeing quite a large is it increase in number of patrons on Patreon right now. I am very grateful. That's basically what I have to say. Thank you so very, very much. Well, like I said, no changes here on my side. I will continue going live every day. Tomorrow, most likely, I will go live for patrons. I usually do this. I used to put a link. Only people who have link, they can join private live stream. And then I would put a link to the sponsors and to the patrons. Now I can't do that to the sponsors, so I'll do the patrons. But a week after that, I'll have some time to think about like possible changes. Thank you so very much. Your support is absolutely invaluable. I don't know what to say. I am very, very thankful for having you. Monetary support is very much appreciated these days, but this human support, that your words and wishes is absolutely it's priceless. Thank you. I would like to finish as usual praying. I think I want to add all YouTubers who have been demonetized unfairly in my prayer today. Would you please? Well, I guess we will not see you until after Easter, but I will make a community post for sure. We'll make a video on Easter, a short one, something probably show how we celebrate Easter here. And happy Easter, my friends. Well, lost our stars. Holy moly, that's right. I hope they return them if monetization is back. All right, my friends, would you please join me in prayer? Thank you. Dear Lord Jesus Christ, please forgive us our sins. Thank you for so much for giving this day. Thank you for putting food on our tables. Thank you for putting roofs over our heads. And thank you for surrounding us with people who we love and who love us. Please give us wisdom to keep the skies above our children's heads safe and peaceful. Give us wisdom to raise our children the way that when they grow up, they will make this world a better place. We'll never fight in any wars. Dear Lord, please help stop bloodshed in Ukraine. The country and people have suffered so much. This needs to stop. Reach out and touch hearts and souls of people who you who you know who to reach out and touch. Fill their loves with hearts with love. Fill their hearts with mercy, remorse, forgiveness, so they wake up from this lethargic sleep and will make decision to stop the bloodshed. Please help every single Ukrainian answer the prayers and make their wishes come true. Send angels to Ukrainians so they keep harm out of people's way. Dear Lord, also please help my country, Russia. Send the army of your strongest angels with sharpest swords led by Saint Michael to get rid of the demons who have hijacked my country and make it run by the angels, make it good and peaceful and right. Dear Lord, please help all those who are traveling, send them safe travels. Help those who are seeking asylum in countries running away from evil, especially families with children. Please send them help and good people their way. Please help all YouTubers who have been demonetized unfairly. Please help all people who are struggling financially, who are sick, homeless, jobless, depressed, with low self-esteem. Please shine your light upon them and send love to their hearts so they feel better and they have another chance at happiness. Please help us all give us wisdom to keep the skies above our heads peaceful. Please help all the Ukrainians who are suffering from lack of electricity, heat, and hot water, and cold water due to the strikes of Russia. Please send help your way. Thank you. I am asking for all pregnant women who are deciding whether to keep their children or not. Reach out and whisper, talk to each one of them so they all make the right choice. Thank you so much for bringing us together and allowing us to make this wonderful community. Thank you for allowing everyone to come and pray. Please help everyone who is praying and or just watching us pray. Please answer every prayer and make every wish comes true. Dear Lord, thank you so much for providing me such a great help. Sending this wonderful people to support me. I'm so very grateful for that. Thank you for your help and for them. I would like to mention a few people who need help. Please help them. They are Wayne, Shirley, Debbie, Jen Allen, Finola, Lars Henrik's mother, the Highwayman, Amanda Rydnor and her roommate, Essie from the Scottish Isles, Outlander and family, Chori's family, David Porter and family, and everyone who's in Chernovtsi, Ukraine, Lars, Susan Marshall, Beulah, Lazarus, Boss Simon, Alvin's sister, Teresa D, Marcia Tucker, Garcia Castellanos, Terry Carter, Joe and Lee McMahon, Meta Spencer, Deanna F, and family, Bree's friend, Caroline, Amanda Fell, Albina Fell, Michael Yukon, Joel Life, Karin Vasseur, Pamela J, Daniel, Lindsay, Larry, Yelena, Natasha, Jake, Michael, Oля, Dasha, Sky, Bonnie, Galina, Karen from Maine, Jamie, Michael Milkowitz, Marlene, Paul Binns, Richard, Mallory M., Dirk Misler, James Rhodes, Terry, Richard Burris, Angelic at Life, and Scan Family's grandson, Barb, Randolph, Nelly, Arkady, and Yuri from Mykolaiv, Harry's family, Verlinda's niece, Ian James, Doug, Priscilla Michelin, King Nero, Gaby Hyman, Donald, Deborah, Lisa Son, Jade Kaltenberg, Allison Dave Moyers, Maureen M. and her sister, Heidi, Rob, Matt, Ashley and family, Tony, Mr. Dean Spooner, his church, Our Savior Lutheran Church, Lisa Kumrian, Jacob, Adam Oliver, Amy, Treasure, Kyle's wife, Grace Philosophy, her family, and especially her grandchildren, Maggie, Carmen's sister, Vladislav and his father Sergey, Gina, Wayfarer, Susie Myler, Liz, Lori Miles' husband, Sherry, Layla, Philip's mother, Thomas Fall and his mother, Greg, Jim and Shirley Hall, Delaney and her daughters, Ann Larson, her family and daughter, Florentina, Caroline Ridenoir, Max family, Sherry Morin, CKOC, Brian Wilkes, Todd Richard, please have his soul rest in peace, Liz Dumbrell, Ripted, daughter of Aspen English, Ruth, the friend of Darla, Paul, Faith brother, Susan, Rudy Kaisley, Ivan Gershkovich, and I would like to ask for a few special children to help them: Cadence, Maverick, Sebastian, Coulter, Theo, Madi, Ansley, and Karin Vassert niece. Please send them recovery, send them good health, strength, happy life, and send their families strength to go through the hard times. Please help all children from Ukraine who have been affected, as well as the Russian children. Thank you so very much, dear Lord. Please forgive our sins. Amen. My friends, thank you so very much. It's one of the most touching streams I've ever had, Happy Easter. It's a fantastic holiday. Thank you so much, everyone wishing me happy Easter. I see that you brainstorming some things. Thank you. I will go through them. Thank you so much. I don't feel alone. I feel great support, and this is a pretty invaluable feeling, it's priceless. Money just doesn't cut it, if you know what I mean. Money doesn't give you that feeling. Thank you, friends. You are absolutely awesome, and you rock. I would like to finish by saying usual and inviting you to say it along with me. Please do. Carthago delenda est.